I'm Mark Spevic, the head of 3D here at Escape and course leader, and we've been privileged enough to tie up with SideFX for the launch of Houdini 15. The Houdini itself is actually a very important pipeline tool. You don't need a team of developers to write the tools that you need. Houdini gives you an artist-friendly interface in order to make those tools. I think that's its strength, why it survived in visual effects for so long, and now why it's making big inroads into games.
I've just started learning Houdini. I'm basically trying to catch up as soon as I can because Houdini features a lot of tools that we are going to use more and more in the future because technology is improving for video game, what you can achieve in real time, and eventually I think we're going to use Houdini much more than we currently do.
You have to think about 3D in a very different way to traditional ways like Maya or Softimage, for example. I think that's what people first of all find as the stumbling block, thinking of it in a different way. But once they think of it in the way that Houdini wants to do it, it's incredibly free and flexible, and pretty much anyone I've taught to use Houdini doesn't want to go back to anything else afterwards.
I'm very impressed with this year's release. I'm a Softimage user that transitioned to Houdini, and I can see professionals' future from my point of view and from the company point of view as well.
To see so many updates in what is the second release of the year is quite impressive. Certainly what I've seen tonight of 15, hopefully there'll be more scope for people to learn it as a more generalist package. If you're a modeler or if you're really into lighting and rendering or things like that, there's no reason why you can't be playing with Houdini.
By far the most exciting feature for me is the new flip solver, and the way that we're doing the optimized workflow for surfacing flip sims and the efficiencies you can get now, especially distributing flip sims. That's really exciting. Plus crowds. Crowds having the ability to layer properties onto agents such as ragdoll, other components such as props. It's really powerful. And at the end of the day, it's just a simple Houdini point with some attributes, so it allows us as Houdini users to interrogate that and do whatever we want.
And I'm more interested in seeing a more generalist approach, and so people that are really into lighting, into composition, into animation, rigging, those kind of areas are to be exploited. And if you know how to rig a character in Houdini and animate it, you may have a very good option to get a very good job.
If you ask someone, can you do this job, something particularly tricky in Maya, for example, people will say no, Maya doesn't have the feature. But if you say it about Houdini, the answer is not whether Houdini can do it, the answer is can you implement that in Houdini? Houdini will do it, but you're clever enough to make it happen in Houdini.
I honestly will say that a tremendous amount of the features that's inside of Houdini, every release comes from and is inspired from users in London. Talking to these people, it's just amazing talking to the users, and also new users as well. They see the excitement that's being generated in the various facilities adopting Houdini more and more to do visual effects work. And also, you can't beat Soho. It allows us to pack in a lot of visits in a trip, so it's always great to come here.